Welcome to the next session of communication skills. In the previous sessions, we have learned what is verbal, non-verbal, and audiovisual skills. Today, we are going to learn some fundamental characteristic features of writing skill. Any communication which is done in the written form using any language is the most effective way of communicating or conveying our message. And it is formal in nature because it requires time to shape our message before sending it. Anybody just cannot start writing. He or she should know a particular language, its grammar, the right flow of language, and how to sequence the ideas. Everything should be known. And if a person knows all these things, then we can say that he or she has the writing skills. All these skills does not come very quickly or easily. You have to develop it. So a student starts going to school, he or she learns the alphabets first, then words, then putting these words in a sentence, then the grammatical formats and different parts of the speech. Collectively, when everything is put together, if the skill is developed, then we can say that he or she has got the writing skill. And if you want to communicate also, we should know the proper technique of doing it. Now let us go further and see which are the basic writing skills that are involved and what are the abilities one should have in order to have the writing skills. Okay. Now the abilities that one should have is understand and use basic grammar. For example, if a student wants to write a letter in English, then alphabet, sentences, how to write the letter, formal letter, informal letter, everything should be known, as well as the parts of the speech, where to use the right verb, adverb or article, or say preposition, adjective, everything should be known. And they should be able to describe people, situations, experiences, weather and incidents. So from schooling days itself, children are trained to get this writing skill by practicing letters, articles, diary entry, advertisements, notice, note making. All these things are made as a practice for students in order to help them to describe these things in the writing part. Framing simple, short sentences is also required. Expressing feelings, ideas, likes and dislikes. You should know which word to use and how to use everything, where to use, at what point of time these words have to be used in a particular format of writing, the student should know. Beginning or opening the piece of writing or ending also. So every concept of writing skill in English or any language has got a format that you have to follow. For example, formal letter. First, you write to the person to whom you are sending, then the salutations will come, then the body of the letter will come. Inside the body also a little bit introduction you're going to write, then the actual thing, then the conclusion, how to conclude the letter, then who is going to send, what to write, whether yours faithfully, yours sincerely, all those things. So there's a proper way to begin and there's a proper way to end also. Suppose you're writing an essay, then introduction should be written, body should be written, and the conclusion should be written, and that too in required number of words. So if a person has got all these abilities, then we can say that he or she has got the basic writing skills and they only will be able to communicate in the most effective manner. So coming to the next one, what is the basic of English language? There are two things. One is your phrase, the other one is sentence. So any set of words which indicates an object or an action but does not make complete sense, that particular set of words is called as a phrase. So for example, a red dress. It is a set of words. It is indicating to some object, but it does not make any sense because what is red, who is wearing it or who is using it. So nothing is clear over here. So we need to understand that. Again, he is writing. It is indicating an action over here, a set of words, but again is not complete. Who is writing, what is being written, nothing is clear over here. But a group of words that makes complete sense is called as what? It is called as a sentence. So Priya is wearing a red dress. See, I have taken that phrase and made it as a sentence over here. He is writing is a phrase that can be made as a sentence because it is making complete sense here by writing. Lalit is writing a book. So book is being written and who is writing it? Lalit is writing. So in this way, we can compare a phrase and a sentence in a English language. Same thing applies to other languages also. Now coming to the next one, any sentence will have these kind of phrases: a noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverbial phrase, and prepositional phrase. Depending on the parts of the speech used and the phrase used, we term it as noun, verb, adjective, adverbial, and preposition phrases. So here are certain examples in different sentences, which is indicating some parts of the speech. This is only for reference, nothing to be learned or recollected, because it is referring to a particular language and how this grammatical skills helps us in writing in a better way. And if we write in a better way, obviously, we are going to have an effective communication with our audience. So now, observe this sentence now. Ravi looked intently at the red book kept on the wooden table. He quickly picked it up, but thought of reading later. So here, there are so many things associated. That is called as the parts of the sentence, or it is called as the parts of the speech. Ravi is there, looked is there, intently at the every word. They have all collectively joined together and it is making some sense also. So we can call it as a sentence. So this sentence has got the following parts of speech. It has got noun, verb, action verbs or action words are called as verb, as you have already studied in your previous classes in English subject, adjective, adverb, preposition, and next we have pronouns, interjection, and conjunction. So if we combine all these things in a proper way, then the statements will have meaningful sentences and the communication will be effective. Encoding and decoding can be done in the most effective way. So if a communication process has to be successfully done through writing form, a person or a student or even a teacher should know all these parts of speech, how to use it, when to use it to make the communication process most effectively. So in today's session, we have thoroughly learned what is a concept of writing skill. More in the coming sessions. Till then, bye-bye.